My name is Gary McBride. I'm chairman and owner of Evans Concrete Products. We're the company who was given the wonderful task of part designing, manufacturing and erecting the actual structure that you can see behind us. I think in many ways probably the most challenging project certainly I personally have been involved in, and Evans Concrete's been in existence for nearly 90 years, and I would have thought that this probably was the crowning glory really. It's not the biggest structure we've ever done. It's possibly, it hasn't got the sort of continuity of casting that lots of other larger projects have got, but in complexity it was absolutely awesome. Terrifying really. Well, look at the construction materials. What Jaume wanted was a very white concrete, white finish. And the whitest concrete, the whitest aggregate that you can possibly get is Spanish dolomite, which has a very high mica content, and so when you expose the aggregate, that's when you get the sparkle. So what's wonderful about today is that you can actually see not only is it white, but it's also sparkling as well. The beauty of this is it's actually concrete, so it's got the same properties as any structural concrete. As far as durability, this we hope will be here in 150 years' time. But in beauty and aesthetics, you can't get a whiter material than what you see here. The other thing is in maintenance terms, it's virtually maintenance free. We used approximately 500 cubic meters of concrete. There's 94 pieces of concrete in total, including the base, of course. There's 54 pieces of concrete ranging from 3 ton to over 10 ton each individual piece. And each individual piece is totally different and totally unique, and that's what gave it the difficulty. The challenge being, of course, as well as it's a monolithic block of concrete, each unit is attached to each other structurally, so we couldn't build it in the factory, take it all down again and rebuild it here. So the real challenge was, although we'd made the pieces individually, we never knew whether it actually fit together until today. It actually faces due south, so one of the beauties, of course, again is the sun, with the sun obviously rising in the east and to the west. But I think what we tried to do was Jaume was very insistent on the face having a moving shadow, and obviously because of the indentations with the nose and the ears, I think we've actually created that. To be fair, it's surpassed my wildest dreams. As I say, it's only a one-off monolithic block of concrete, but it was where technology met tradition. Tradition in as much as the way we manufactured the units, technology was out of this world. To scan a very small, half-a metre high model, take a computer scan of that and convert it through the mould process in hot wire cutting polystyrene moulds, to then casting the units and maintaining the quality just to finish and the quality consistency of the concrete mix as well. And then to have the individual reinforcement cages made by hand, because there's no two the same. And then to never know until today whether it was all going to fit together. Relieved is the word. I think the best feature is converting, having looked back in the file, converting a 2-page email into something as physical as this that you can actually walk up and touch and feel. And I think for me personally, my children are going to be here later on today. I want them here because for me personally it's the epitome of what I've ever tried to do in the concrete industry, where every skill available to us has been put together to good use to create, you know, a wonderful sculpture like this. One that hopefully my kids will bring their kids to, and so on for many years to come. And I do hope as well that you know, whatever publicity it gets, you know, a lot of skills have been used, perhaps not in St.Helens, but certainly in Derby and the surrounding areas. So it's had a benefit to the economy in general. But you know, we've left a legacy here for the precast concrete industry, which in my view is exceptional. To be given the opportunity to be involved in a project like this was wonderful at the start, but I have to say the interest that's been shown, not just by the contractors that we actually work for, but the structural engineers, but also the whole team, you know, from Liverpool Biennial to the council to the miners themselves. They've all took a great interest in it. They've been to the factory. You know, obviously the cameras and the television people. To be involved in something like that is quite new to me. We make a product. It's a concrete product. In general terms, it forms part of another building or whatever. So we never get the exposure that this has created. And if we've converted their ideas at the start into something that they're pleased with, then we're obviously pleased.